Hello, welcome to the February market wrap for MVP Auctions, and it's the first full month for 2025. So from here, we can compare the rest of the year and track any trends and really give you some insight as to what is happening out there in the market from a statistical point of view, rather than just a I think, I feel, which has some merit also. I understand that some people don't like numbers, don't like statistics. I do. I've used them in many vendor meetings, so I think these are important to understand. So let's get on with it before I babble on for another 4 minutes. Clearance rate for the month, 85%, phenomenal. Love to keep that throughout my career. Of those 85%, 18% sold prior. Now that's very high from an MVP standpoint, which shows that there often is a standout buyer, so get the deal done. Again, 3 opportunities to sell with auction, 1 prior, 1 out. So overall, 85% selling in that 23-day period. That's phenomenal. Auction works. Registrations, 4.1. That was up from end of last year when we were in the mid-2s. 4.1 is a good number. Of those, 70% of those registered bidders are bidding at auction. That means there are buyers and they're prepared to bid, which means that there is enough energy in this marketplace to get deals done. And of those bidding, roughly 22 bids we take, which is a good number, good strong number. They're active, they're energized, they're bidding. Hands in the air is how we get things sold. Good auctioneers, good agents will get that extra bid. At MVP Auctions for February, the last bid on average was $5,800 for the month of February. Now there is the value of a good auctioneer and a good agent. Can we get one more bid? Doesn't sound like a lot, but the dollar value is important to our owners. I'm really happy with that stat. Result versus reserve is a number we're tracking. So that tracks the percentage variation from a reserve price to the sold price. Kind of gives us an idea of how big the gap is between owner expectations and buyer opinion of value. When that number's close, it's a flat, strong, steady market. When there's a differential, when the buyers are down here, that's a buyer's market because the owners are above it. We're just starting to see that the buyers are just a little bit above, or actually pretty damn close to an owner's expectation. Will that change throughout the year as confidence increases, or will it be the vendors who accelerate away with their lofty expectations? Stats will tell us. Okay, of the 85% that do sell at auction, 30%, so 3 out of 10 auctions, the owner will need to amend their reserve during the auction, which is great. You have that opportunity having seen the market perform. Those who do the variation from their initial reserve expectations to the sale price is 2%. So owners, don't be scared to do it. 3 out of every 10 properties that sell at auction, the owner has to change their expectations. Having seen the auction perform and having been presented by, on average, 22 offers, we can clearly tell you where the market sees value. So I think all these numbers are kind of interesting. Our average sale price, 1.8. I'm not sure if that's an interesting stat. But really, the market has performed with some consistency, some strength across the board, across price points. I would say there's markets within markets. I think the consensus out there from an agent is that the inquiry levels are good. Open for inspection numbers are strong. So there's a sort of buyer pool or a viewership pool that's quite strong. Whether that's converting to transaction volume or sales, we're not really seeing that conversion ratio that we'd like to see from those strong numbers. That shows there's still a little bit of hesitancy. Interest rate drops will help, and continuing to pump out these kind of stats will help. But this is not a particularly bullish market at the moment. It takes a lot of skill to get deals done. And I will refer back to I just think that you need to invest in the right agent. Don't scrimp on fee. Don't scrimp on marketing. Pick the best. Pick the people who are selling the most. Pick the people who are going to fight for you, because it takes a lot of skill at the moment to get these deals done and to negotiate the premium. I would also tack on that if you've got a great agent but you haven't got a great auctioneer at the end of it, you've done a lot of work and handed it over to someone who may not seal the deal for you. So invest in the best. We like to think we're up there, but that does conclude the February market wrap for MVP Auctions.